Sports fans, it is a new day, and I am super psyched and pumped to be in the On the Money Sports Lounge tonight for On the Money podcast here live because we are going to get down to the bottom of everything that's been going down in the last couple of days. The sports world is just flipped on its head with so much going on all over the place. You've got the Stanley Cup Finals going down, Game 1 of the NBA Finals going down tonight, blockbuster trades that went down, some that we've been discussing for months, and some that sat on the rumor mill for about 2 minutes before it just became reality. And we are going to cover it all here tonight live on the Money podcast.
You had so many people in the last week talking about these fantasy.
Let me share them.
They're not actual fantasy football trades. What they were fantasy trades. They were like, trades you make in Madden when you turn the trade simulator off and you can just make whatever trade you want.
Yeah, I mean,
and the computer can't say no. You wouldn't believe some of the trades I heard. That
no cap
one of
trade.
them was, we should trade A.J. Brown to the Steelers for Watt in a second-round pick. That's what somebody at work told me. And I looked at him and said, did you just say Watt and a second for A.J.? He goes, yeah. I was like, y'all need offense? I was like, what? I was like, you should be sending me the second-round pick and A.J. Brown for Watt.
Well, he does have a destination.
And he does.
Definitely
and
not.
Eagles fans, I can see where conspicuous by his absence, ladies and gentlemen, is Mike D. We all know what today is. We're going to get into that topic later. But we're gonna finally put a bow tie on right something now that this podcast has been talking about since the season ended, is the A.J. Brown saga. We are very close. We are near and dear to the source. We are only 35 minutes away from Philadelphia, so we hear it all. We hear it all on The Fanatic. We hear it on WIP. We hear it on, from other stations. So finally, the saga is over. And I can see where Mike D, conspicuous by absence, believes the Eagles actually got a better deal than what they should have. Where I look at it,
he told me what he would have given up. He said 2/3. I was like, wow, that's
crazy. Well, me personally, I don't think it's such a bad
deal. That comes from a place of hatred, though.
Because the Eagles were dead set for months that they wanted a 2027 first. The Patriots stood their ground and were like, no, it's a 2028. I'm surprised they still gave him a first. I thought it would have been like a second and a fifth, not a first and a fifth.
I knew it was always going to be a first.
But
personally,
the Patriots are looking at it as if, hey, if we get a deep playoff run, we're going to be picking 26, 27, 28. I'd rather have A.J. Brown than a 27, 28 draft, numerical draft pick in that order, which is understandable.
I think they know they just need their pick for next year.
I feel like they also, to me personally, I also feel like the Patriots think a regression is going to come. Do we really think they're going to win this many games again next year?
They need that pick.
They have the easiest schedule in the league. And kudos to them, they beat the teams in front of them. They did. However, what were they? 14-3? 13-4, something like that?
14-3.
14?
Right? 14-3.
So they're not going to win another 14 games this year,
Lost
guys.
one more game than the
They're probably going to be 11-12 win team this year. So there's
really
a little regression there.
Still really good because, 11.
We still don't know what the Bills are going to be. We know the Bills are going to
could win the AFC East.
The Bills are going to compete. We know Miami's taking for Arch. We don't know what the hell the Jets are doing.
Oh, what the hell?
But I will say this. Drake May now has a bonus. He has A.J. Brown to go with Kayshon Boutte.
Thank you, Kyle Schwarber.
Home run?
Yeah.
The day I don't bet him.
Reliable.
I'm done with baseball betting.
No, you've got the futures coming up. I feel like that's kind of where you have a nice algorithm that I wanna get into. It's like watching somebody bet on horses. I never actually do it, but if I watch someone else do it a certain way,
I've come close, bro.
But continue on your diatribe.
So the Patriots are a better team today than they were yesterday.
I agree. Because A.J. Brown is a better option than Stephon Diggs, no matter how you slice it.
Yes.
And
that's me defending Stephon Diggs to Mikey.
And some people ain't going to like this.
And a lot of people were like, look, you have my back, which I appreciated to no end. When I was like, look, he got farther than he did with the Bills. And Mikey was like, oh, that doesn't mean nothing. Drake London, no.
You know where that
Stephon
comes
Diggs
from.
had a great year.
You know where that comes from with Michael, bro.
He had a great year, but guess what? This is a massive upgrade. This is only going to make the run game better. This is only going to make this is only going to make Hunter Henry more of a threat. This is going to make Kayshon Boutte more of a threat. You have to double team AJ Brown.
I think Kayshon might be on the block when you really think about what's going on. Like whatever AJ Brown doesn't
and did we forget
Romeo
Doubs is
be there, and not just that. But Drake May is a better forward passer of the football than Jalen Hurts.
I'm not trying to
and people aren't going to like that, but it's the reality that you're going to have to live with when you see A.J. Brown running down the field, making plays with Drake May throwing the football down the field, because no matter what, it's going to open that offense up no matter how you slice the pie. Now, are they going to win 14 games next year with that schedule?
Nah.
I think they know that there's a good chance they're not, which is why they did not put that 2027 first in there. They want to be able to maximize that in one of the most hyped draft classes that I've heard about in a while. And they offered the 2028 pick, which in the long run, there should still be a competitive team. They can always get a pick back at some point in time. And
You're
this
100%
makes them
correct.
a legitimate threat in a conference that we've already talked about ain't your grandpa's AFC. It just ain't that good over there. So even though the Patriots have a tougher schedule, we know the Bills are who they are. We don't know what the Broncos are going to be with Bo Nix and him coming back off of the injury. Nobody is running away with the AFC anytime soon. Do we trust the Chargers? No. Is Pat Mahomes going to be healthy, and what is his offense going to look like? We don't know. So the Patriots did get better, but this is going to be a testament of how good Drake May can be under these circumstances. You put all the headlines to the side, all the Rossini and all that stuff, and you look at the product that's going to be on the field, and they will be tested to their breaking point, and this will either break them or it will put the pressure on them to become diamonds.
I agree.
And end up at least, like, I feel like if the Patriots can get back to the AFC title game, like, I feel like that's a win.
Yeah.
Like, if they lose in the AFC title game,
getting to the Super Bowl's hard, man.
Like,
getting to the Super Bowl's hard.
It's not a bad resume to have, back-to-back years of
now
Super Bowl appearance in the AFC.
To flip it over to the other side of the ball, of the other side of this equation, Devontae Smith is now Batman. Mekhi Lemon, the rookie, is now Robin.
He's got a hamstring issue, so he's actually not practicing at the moment. But he should be good to go for July, they're saying. But they're also, who knows who's saying it, because they're liars. They're liars. They lie about everything when it comes to this. You don't know until you actually know. So we might not know if Mekhi Lemon is actually ready to go. But I do know that Devontae Smith is going to be going up against cornerback ones. Most cornerbacks, like him or not, because these days they blame him for everything, most defenses were strategizing for A.J. Brown and Saquon Barkley, not Devontae Smith. I like Devontae Smith. I'm a fan of Skinny Batman. We're about to see what he's going to be able to do as the number one option, passing option on an offense
got a great comparison.
That's going to be run heavy.
I got a great comparison.
What you got?
What happened when Juju's rookie year in AB? Juju had a 900 some odd. No, it was a sophomore year. He had that 1,300-yard year. AB had the 1,200-yard year. They trade AB out.
Oh, you were in all your glory.
I thought Juju was going to step up to be that number one guy, and no, it didn't happen.
In the words of Vince Russo, you bought it hook, line, and sinker, bro.
He was never the same after that year. So
once you become the main
it's hard
option,
because
it's easier to
your game plan now.
Just phase you out.
Yes. So it's going to be up to the Mekhi Lemons, the Hollywood Browns, Dontavian Wicks. It's going to be up to those guys.
And guess what? You get phased out on a run-heavy offense anyway, which is what the Eagles are going to be. Don't expect this offense to be running these three wide receiver
Jalen Hurts is
sets.
going to have to run. And that's something he didn't want to do a lot this year.
Well,
all we heard all year long was Patula. Now it was all A.J. Brown's fault.
that's all AJ.
A.J. Brown wasn't running routes.
He sold us.
A.J. Brown was selling.
The Philly legend.
A.J. Brown didn't catch the ball. He doesn't try. No effort. No nada. No this or that. I don't want to hear it. So what's going to happen if the Eagles don't play good again offensively?
Best of luck,
Who do
but
we blame
good
next?
riddance, but
Yeah.
go to hell, but we wish you well, but Philly legend.
Nothing but a butt burger. That's it. A butt burger. That's all I heard.
The day the trade happened, the same people that were talking about how everybody or us were looking too deep into it. There was nothing wrong with A.J. Brown reading the book on the sidelines. You guys were making a mountain out of a molehill. Inner excellence. There was nothing wrong with it. Now, all of a sudden, everything he ever did was a problem. Now we're getting footage of the game against the Chargers, where now he's selling against the Los Angeles Chargers. And that's why
he have 5 interceptions
they lost.
in that game?
And those were A.J. Brown's interceptions. It all comes back to A.J. Brown. But at the time, when those games were happening in real time, I was told that all came down to Kevin Petula. Sometimes it was Sirianni. Other times it was, oh my God, Hurts,
A.J.
come
Brown
on,
now,
bro. Come on, Hurts.
It's A.J. Brown.
You got to get the ball to A.J. Brown. He's the number one receiver.
You
got to get the ball to A.J. Brown, they told me.
You don't understand, eh? It was all A.J.
We were looking too deep into the situation between A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts. There's no rift. Don't fall for the media hype. Don't fall for the spin that's coming out of your own. Maybe who are your sources? Where are you getting your facts from? Because could it be that other people knew more about what was going on with your team than you did yourself? That sucks, right? Because it's all coming out now, bro. It's all coming out now. The truth shall set you free, as they say.
Yep. Tito.
We were told we were looking too deep into it. Trying to create a problem out of nothing.
Yep.
Smoke and mirrors. Haters.
That's all we are.
The whole nine.
That's all we are.
All I want to know is who's going to be next. Who's going to be the next person sacrificed so that the pile of excuses can continue to pile up for Jalen Hurts. What's going to happen this year? Who's it going to be? Sirianni? Is it his turn on this witch hunt that we're on?
He's next, bro.
How can you not find the problem?
Yo, I've never seen a quarterback more defended in my life than Jalen Hurts.
Who are you going to turn on next before you turn on Hurts? That's the real question. That's what I want to know. And that whole situation that was going on out there sounds messy as hell. So Hurts potentially not wanting to get involved as the cookie cutter face of the franchise quarterback.
I don't want to get involved, guys.
Portray himself as like the Dak Prescott type of figure. Not saying that he is Dak Prescott, but as the captain of the team, Mr. Fortune Cookie himself. He always has the right answer. He doesn't want to be involved in any type of a scandalous situation like that. But on the flip side, you have an A.J. Brown who's looking at you like, bro, you're the godfather of my child. We're boys for real. So even if he was doing some foul stuff as his boy, he was expecting for him to come through as his boy and let him know what was going on. But apparently, Deshaun Watson ain't the only one getting happy endings around here from these and A.J. Brown was upset that other Eagles were getting the same happy endings that he was. And the web that we weave, bro.
Meanwhile, Deshaun Watson wonder why he didn't get that.
He's looking at these guys like, damn, that's crazy.
You got one that actually complied?
Bro. But there was nothing going on, Oscar. There was nothing going on. We made it all up. Yeah, we're not as close as we used to be. How come we don't even talk no more? And you don't even call no more? We don't barely keep in touch at all. Give me a break, bro.
Is there a problem with the Rockers? I don't think so.
I love it, bro. I love it. Because I knew it was going to take a few months, but that when the day comes, it just feels nice, bro. It really feels nice. Vindication is sweet.
I think also what people just keep looking at it as the girl situation. You're mad about at the fact that your thought was thoughtin'. But I dare look at it a little deeper. I look at it as you're the godfather of my daughter. I trust you with everything in me.
Sure.
And you can't even tell me that. Cool. But what else are you hiding from me?
Yeah, that's
what else won't you tell me?
Well,
you're supposed to be my dog, my ride or die. And you just want to avoid conflict.
AJ Brown putting the business first.
So I look at it like you can't be trusted. So
Fractured their friendship.
if I can't trust you, then I can't be around you. It's like that. If you lost your trust in me, you wouldn't be around here no more.
Did you see that he requested a trade
months ago in the
Week
same
4?
year?
Week 4.
The same year they won the Super Bowl.
That year too. But nope, he never did it.
Nope.
According to who? According to people who didn't want to believe it was actually happening.
The reports came out that he requested it the year they won the Super Bowl.
It's all coming out.
Year, not last year, the year after they won the Super Bowl.
It's all coming out.
It was last. What the hell am I talking about?
We got the Philly files. All this stuff is spilling out now. All of it. It's all coming
2024, he wanted to leave. And then again, even after they won the Super Bowl, he still wanted to leave.
Shit fractured in 2023. That was when it first.
And he wanted to leave then.
When the Titanic first hit the iceberg.
The rumors were then too, though.
Yeah, but it was easier to downplay them then.
They thought by winning a Super Bowl, everything was going to be kumbaya.
Literally. That's literally what it was.
And it just made everything worse.
Because it put them in the front. It put them in the limelight. It put them front and center. Put their offense front and center. Put the success, everything on the line. You know what I mean?
If you think about it, the Chiefs weren't a good team that year when they got rocked. Because they won a lot of games last second that was real funny money. You know what I mean?
They almost had him beat the first time around, right? And they flubbed that up. And the second time around, you have a Chiefs team we've been talking about the regression that the Chiefs have gone through in the last couple of years. So you caught them at the wounded animal. You know what I mean?
That was trying again, bro.
We'll
get into that deeper.
I don't really know.
We're 2 months away from our season predictions.
Because I honestly, I like the Eagles.
Hear the words that came out of my mouth.
I like the Eagles wide receiver core way more than the Chiefs wide receiver core. I don't even know the Chiefs wide receiver core right now.
I can't trust any of them on fantasy.
Yeah.
I'm afraid Kenny Walker might not be the Kenny Walker from he got paid off of his playoff run.
Yes. Because a couple of weeks before that, y'all were in the group chat cursing him out because he wasn't scoring points for y'all during the fantasy playoffs.
How many times were we
when people were trying to fight for championships?
How many times were we
getting nothing,
betting him and just getting
nothing
sold? Regardless,
you get nothing, sir. Good day. That's what Kenny Walker would say to you guys every Sunday afternoon.
Yo, Frank Lopez picture is getting used so much this year for bets.
Yeah.
But
I can see that.
Yeah, at the end of the day, the Eagles were a mess. We knew they were a mess. Their own fans knew they were a mess.
We called it, guys. We called it.
Let's hope addition by subtraction happens for them. If not, this could be a long year for them. Let's hope for people who play fantasy, people who have dynasty teams, people who have Devontae Smith rostered, Saquon Barkley rostered. Let's hope that those guys play what they're supposed to.
I don't know.
And real quick to touch upon it.
I don't know if Philly wins that division this year. I know we're a couple months away, but I'm looking at this.
They look real 8 and 9-ish to me.
I'm honestly, as a whole, I'm not very impressed by that division, but we'll get to that.
That whole division's weak.
We'll get to that, right?
But in other NFL news,
the blockbuster.
You also. Damn, I was just about to say something. I lost. See, don't get old, guys. Don't get old. You got another news with the NFL. You got those blockbuster deals that also before we get into the contracts, let's talk about the other trade.
The deal that none of us were ever talking about whatsoever.
No,
between the Cleveland Browns
I didn't think it was
and the LA
I didn't
Rams.
think it was They reworked his deal before the draft. Remember that? And
Yeah.
we were talking about it on this podcast. I was like, that's weird.
Yeah.
Who knew that the Browns were just waiting until after June 1st so they could save all that money?
They had a plan.
They planned this out.
They had a plan. How do you feel about that?
I'll tell you what. Great compensation for an all-pro. You get back a promising young guy. The only difference is, like, I'm going to touch upon this with the person we're going to talk later on about the contract extension. Jarrett First, the most sacks he's had in a season is 6.5. He's a 5-sack, 6.5, 5-sack guy. So Myles Garrett gives you anywhere between 15 and 20.
Jared Verse hasn't even hit his prime though.
So
Jared Verse is still.
I know, but
and they got a
2027 first, a 2028 sixth, and a 2029 third.
So they got the younger version that they can morph into what they.
Let's hope they can.
And then they have the picks, and I like their draft this year.
Their draft was good, but I think losing Garrett, that's big. That's especially big. Let's be honest. I'm not trying to downplay Jared Verse because I've always said Jared Verse since he's.
Well, let's actually be honest. How many games did you expect the Browns to win with Garrett?
Probably they're going to win the same amount with
So
Verse.
at the end of the day, it's a win for them. I think it's a win for both.
I mean, but their defense, if they had competent quarterback play, they might win 7-8 games.
I'm hearing Deshaun Watson's coming back. Can I interest you in that?
I picked them up in DOA only because DOA, like the quarterbacks, are like
if he's out there in a super flex league,
it looks like the desert.
You got to do your due diligence.
It looks like the desert in DOA.
Malik Willis is my QB3 right now.
My QB3
with
is DJ with
zero wide receiver strategy that the Dolphins are doing because I don't really like. I know that Caleb Douglas kid and the Bell kid, but it's like we don't know them until they actually pop. You know, like that's just an entire project of its own.
Yep. So the Garrett deal happens. Garrett's going to the Rams. That is huge in itself. That defense was already good. It's going to be even better this year.
On the flip side, Rams all in. This move right here solidifies what we've been talking about.
This solidifies to me that this is Matt Stafford's last year.
However much time he has left, they know that. They know they might not even get 2 years. They might just be this year.
And the Rams beat writers are already starting their rumor mill. I sent you the thing. Go to the Jersey Triad chat. That if after the 2027 season, if Joe Burrow wants out, the Rams would have the equity to go after him if he wanted out.
So they could just connect the dots.
That they would
not have to go.
That the Rams will be willing. He goes, I haven't heard this. The beat writer goes, I haven't heard this. But if they were willing to do what they did for Garrett, he goes, I can see them offering 3 1s and Ty Simpson.
So they're going to run back to F them picks. This is F them picks 2.0 by the LA Rams.
I think the Rams are going to try to make a big splash after Stafford retires. I don't buy for a second Ty Simpson's a future.
So Stafford isn't the end for this team. This is simply them buying themselves the time with whatever time they have left with Stafford.
But this could be it. This is Matt Stafford's last.
I think this is
his last call for alcohol.
Not the Rams, but for him. Because they go all in on a quarterback, and you know about the stories. There's no denying what's going on in Cincinnati with Joe Burrow and everything. Like, there's no denying
they're
that.
Sick individuals.
Like, Cincinnati.
Or they
LA.
could pivot to a guy like Dak Prescott.
Dallas ain't gonna let him go, bro.
But
they're gonna be together.
I'm just throwing what ifs out there.
I like Burrow. Burrow's a better what if to me.
Oh yeah,
that's a little more intriguing there
because it's already no matter what. I see what you guys say on the comments on the TikTok,
as they say, footprints.
I see what you guys say on the YouTube comments on the shorts.
What are they saying?
You guys are crazy. Burrow, this doesn't want to leave. You guys are talking out of your ass. Then explain to me why he looks so depressed after every press conference.
Is that the same people that said AJ Brown
to me
wasn't getting traded? Because people told me AJ Brown wasn't going anywhere.
Explain to me when he said he wasn't having fun anymore. You guys think magically that you're going to win games this year again?
His cryptic posts.
Y'all still need a defense. You've done nothing defensively to really make me go, wow. The only difference is you have the best quarterback in the division right now, and that's probably why you're going to be picked the favorites to win the division. But you shouldn't be the favorites to win the division because you haven't made the playoffs for 3 straight seasons.
I think my early pick might be the Ravens, but we'll see.
And that's another team. We're ways.
They got a lot of.
So the Joe Burrow trade rumors are going to pick up steam after the season if the Bengals miss the playoffs for a 4th straight year. Whether anybody wants to accept it or not, or say, delete that, no. If the Bengals miss the playoffs for a 4th straight season with Joe Burrow as QB, the trade rumors are going to increase. The rumblings are going to rumble louder, and I think you agree with me on that.
At this point, it's hard to ignore the murmurs as far as Cincinnati goes.
Not only that,
it's a mismanaged company, and as talented as the offensive side of that football is, there's still a lot of the gaps that were missing last season. They're going to be going into this season missing a lot of those pieces. Not to mention, you rely heavily on an offense and a trio that a couple of them have gotten banged up already. T. Higgins misses some time, Burrow's missing
every
time.
year.
So when those guys aren't in the picture, you have instances where they're throwing Brandon Allen out there.
Flacco came back, right?
Is he back there?
Flacco re-signed, I think.
Are you sure? I don't remember. But I think the Browns and Bengals have an equal opportunity to win that 7 to 8 games at best, based on the limitations going on with them.
Quarterback market.
Again, I don't know, because the Bengals defense could surprise people and play above their expectations. We don't know.
Possible.
We don't know their defense. You know what I mean?
We
don't know any of those guys, so we just assume it's just the offense.
Maybe
but
there are progress.
There could be upgrades made. They could be, if the offense can get you 2 touchdowns to start the game, that makes your defense play better in general.
How mad are we when our coaches don't do our teams? We want coaches fired, but yet they keep running back the same coach every year.
Well, it's easy to,
What's up, Chris?
put onus on
What
the
up,
head
cuz?
coaches. Chris, what it do?
Cuz I'm glad you came in when you came in, because you would not been happy when we were making fun of the Eagles.
I want some accountability from these fans who keep spinning these webs, bro.
But the Rams before the Garrett trade were plus 850 to win the Super Bowl. Now those things have shrunk to plus 200. They're the favorite now. They are the only team in the NFL with single-digit odds to win.
Rams are favored to win it all,
which is understandable. They were a fumble punt return away from being in the Super Bowl last year. And I firmly believe if they made the Super Bowl last year and won the Super Bowl, which I think they would have, we're not getting Stafford this year.
They have the people in the room that are smart enough to realize that too. They're smart.
The GM definitely looked at it, goes like this. Why
do we need these picks for?
Yeah.
What are we doing? This is it. This is our
Here's the thing.
This is the time.
They drafted enough too, that they can trade some of these picks away, because a lot of their good players are young rookies about to just, they already got a good core that they could just sign extensions to.
What are you going to do, sit there and let the Seahawks win that division again? That's one of the toughest divisions to play in football.
They got Garrett locked in for the next 3 years. They got McDuffie, who they just locked in. So they're going to be fine.
They're trying to go
offensively. We got to find out about Puka, where his headspace is. But I think by the time football season comes around, he'll be fine.
Just got to get the kid on the field. Really, that's all I can say.
Less time to fart around and more time to play. That's
because a lot of times, how many off seasons do we go into the regular season I'm staying away from this guy? I don't know. I don't like the trouble around this guy's name. And then week 1, week 2, they're going off for 3 touchdowns. And you're just sitting there.
What up, RJ?
You're sitting there with your smart pick with 5 points.
You can fade him. I'm not fading Puka.
I'm not fading Puka. I usually always
remember when everybody remember the year I almost beat the year I lost 2.05.
0.5, yeah.
Jamar Chase, I got him in the second round. Everybody just slept on him.
Was that on the Money Sports?
Yep.
But that was because everybody was trying to get their quarterbacks. There was a.
That's because the whole contract situation. Remember, it was like,
I gotta see
contract.
I gotta see that board again to like relive what my thought process was as to why I didn't get him, where I was at on the board. Because the last couple of years, those drafts have been so intense.
Jamar Chase had went late in a lot of leagues that year.
Probably the cheapest you'll ever get him again.
Yeah, never. He was my number one pick, and he failed me
because
even though he did get me to
You got him as a steal, and now you're talking about the most expensive dynasty asset. And get ready in the summertime and the Sick Picks fan forum because we're going to be talking a lot more dynasty and fantasy football because, like this guy said, 2 months, bro, like we're basically going to be drafting. Like it's already around the corner. So we're going to start laying the foundation for that. And 101, Jamar Chase. And it's easy.
Like I've already got ideas for episodes already. Like the content's going to keep flowing, guys. I got great ideas for like fantasy. Like one of them is what star player that has been so fantasy dominant is going to start to fade this year.
Who's due for a drop off?
Yeah.
Who's due for regression? I mean,
those are great questions to ask.
You mentioned them earlier. Drake May could potentially be
better be drafting at B-Dubs and Millville.
RJ.
Hey. It's a possibility this year now that we know you're the boss.
Drake May could potentially be one of those guys with a tougher schedule. However, you do have the added, having AJ Brown there and having Romeo Doubs there, who I think Romeo Doubs is going to be a nice saving grace. And, you'll have the contributors like Hunter Henry. I'm interested to see what they do as far as the other wide receivers. The kid that they drafted, Kyle Williams, what his progression is going to be. Maybe he's the third mouth to feed on these 3 wide receiver sets. He could be a name that I could think of. Regression.
Boom, Patriots. What's up, Chris?
I mean, I hate to say it. Maybe Trey McBride.
Area Jets fan has now entered.
Maybe Trey McBride could be a big one, like an expensive one.
I just threw it out there. I mean, it's something for us to talk about now, but it's something that I want us to concentrate on.
Because, like, when
CMC will fall off this year. Oh, we're going. You know what? Fuck it. We're going with it. Everybody's commenting on it. Screw it.
That's a trendy one, CMC. But I don't know if I want to bet.
I got one this year. After it was unveiled. Caleb Williams being on the Madden cover.
Is he officially on the Madden cover?
Yeah, Adam Schefter dropped it.
I hope not, man.
A lot of us are tied to some Bears stock.
That's not what you want to hear.
I got Colston Loveland, bro, and I seen Caleb on the cover, and I went, no.
When you think about everybody that it affects long term, but that's the thing. Like Drake May, having those weapons, having those tools, Loveland is being ranked.
I thought
you can't be ranked the third
on the cover.
Like Loveland is. A lot of people are saying Loveland's going to outproduce McBride this year. Hell, Loveland could outproduce Bowers this year. We don't know.
Worst cover since Peyton Hillis.
Oh, that's a sick name drop there. Peyton Hillis.
Yeah, such a great year, and then the Browns ruined them.
You remember that? Was he number 40? What was that about? What year was that?
Either 2010.
It might have been when Madden really started to fall off. That might have been yeah. That was
Here we go. I'll tell you right now, 2012. That was a bad year for Madden too.
That's like watching a Billy Kidman and Hogan feud. This is really
FUNB.
Like this is really bad. I'm gonna powerbomb everybody in this building. I'm like, when do you start doing the powerbomb? Yeah, Peyton Hillis. That's a sick name drop, bro. That the rewind was I think 09 or 010 around that same time period. Wasn't a big fan of that either. But Vic was the runner-up that year. Michael Vick, bro.
Because the 2011 year, he didn't have such a bad year. Yeah.
Oh, let me do a live update on the game one. Right now, it is 14-11 with 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Knicks up by 3 in San Antonio.
So far.
Low scoring, potentially feel out process as these two teams get set to do battle in game 1 of the NBA Finals. Conspicuous by his absence, Mike D in all his glory dropped the official apology, which I feel like I could just read it now since I'm on here.
He did?
He dropped the apology.
When?
He did it right before the podcast started.
What, on his Facebook post?
He did it in multiple spots.
That piece of trash.
He said, and I quote, here we go. This is Mikey's apology to the New York Knicks, which he had to exercise this from his body before the tip-off because you don't want to go into big matchups and big games thinking about what you should have said when you had the chance to say it. I understand. Before tonight's game, I have to go on my apology tour. Here we go. The apology tour he was talking about. I was supposed to do this on the podcast the last 2 weeks, but due to personal reason, I haven't been on the show. So here it is.
He's ugly, that's why.
First to head coach Mike Brown when we fired Tibbs. I said, I don't care who coaches the Knicks. They better get us to the finals. And they hired their ninth option in Mike Brown, and I was livid. Not only has he coached us to the finals, but his mid-game adjustments have been hands down top-notch. So, Coach, I'm sorry. He called him Coach.
Pause it right there. If the Knicks win, Coach Brown can actually say, I won a championship without LeBron.
True.
That it wasn't all LeBron.
You can say that.
You can continue.
To Kat, I still think you a bit soft. But I don't know if we would be here without you. So, Kat, I'm sorry. Laugh out loud. And last but not least, Mikal Bridges. Oh, boy. I still think no one is worth 5 first-round picks, but a part knows that I'd trade 100 first-round picks to win a championship. Your shot has been found, and the defense has been elite. So, Mikal, I'm sorry. The job isn't finished, gentlemen. 4 more fucking games. Let's go get it done in NY fashion. So Mikey would trade 100 first-round picks, and that tells you all that you. And that's I didn't make any of that up. That's real.
Yo, post that shit in the forum.
It already is.
Pin it. Pin that shit.
I pinned the episode for now, but we can always circle back. We'll screenshot it. We'll screenshot it, and we can keep that forever. That is like an 8-year-old's letter to Santa Claus.
I'm printing that out, bro.
That is like writing a letter to Santa Claus. That's Mikey's letter to Santa, except this is letter to the Knicks. Santa, the apology tour that he felt the need to go on for his beloved Knicks.
I don't hate the Knicks. I hate Knicks fans. Mikey's the Rams. F them
picks. And F them picks 2.0, bro. That's what the Rams are doing, man. And this is, you got to, bro. Stafford is not going to give you today, 2 full years. He could get hurt this year.
Spoiler alert. I was still going to pick the Rams to go to the Super Bowl this year for like the 4th year in a row.
Dude, why not?
And that was before Myles Garrett.
Just look at them.
But, dude, that was before Myles Garrett.
Just look at them.
That's how much I think they're so good.
They didn't get worse.
No, they didn't.
They just got better. They just got better. F them picks.
Dude, they only gave up 1 first-rounder.
And they can get one back at any point in time.
Yeah.
And also, guess what? They know how to draft. So they're not scared of mid-round picks and not being able to turn them into something.
Exactly.
You know?
Imagine Aaron Donald comes out, and that's another thing. The Aaron Donald rumor is starting. 2 years removed from football. Do I think he would beat Aaron Donald? No, but I think he'd be. I still think 75-80% Aaron Donald is still a very good football player.
They gave Von Miller all this grace. Why not Aaron Donald, bro? Why not Aaron Donald?
Rams win down. The Browns get assets plus a proven young stud. Agreed. They both won this deal.
It's a win-win, bro.
Yes.
It's a win-win. It's a good trade for both teams, and it's something that I didn't see coming. And it's NFC and AFC.
I didn't think
it's like
would
they're
do it.
2 separate worlds.
This guy's coming off winning his 2nd Defensive Player of the Year award. I didn't see it coming.
He was the face of the team.
Yeah. Like, who's your face now? Denzel Ward? Quinshon Judkins? There is no face of the Browns. Like, this is it. It ain't Deshaun Watson. Right now, it's a backup quarterback named Shedeur Sanders.
They are faceless because he ain't the face. So the Browns have no face right now. However, what the Browns do have is they have a hell of a draft under their belt. A Quinshon Judkins that's coming back from injury.
So they got 2 first-round picks next year. They'll have the Rams. They'll have theirs.
They have
Rams picks
a plethora of young wide receivers that can go out there and make shit happen for whoever the quarterback is. That's
and you
what
think
they do
about
have.
it, the Rams have been missing that since Aaron Donald left. Is a guy who could get after the quarterback.
A top 5 candidate as far as a tight end goes with Harold Fannin, who was out there just eating all season long last year. They have a lot.
They just can't mess it up. Like, how many more rebuilds are you going to go through before you finally get it right?
Well, they didn't cost themselves in this instance. They got themselves a defensive
There's a
player
couple
that
teams that we know that just keep rebuilding, and it just doesn't keep working. That's why sometimes when they tell you tank, sometimes tanking doesn't help if you don't have the proper people there. However, the last 2 Browns drafts have been impressive.
Look, man, they're not that far off as we think.
They're not. They're a quarterback away.
I don't think they're. I'm not picking them to make the playoffs, but this team is going to have those weeks where they're going to show you what they actually could be.
They're a quarterback away from actually being a threat to the division.
Because no matter what, sometimes we look at a player and because they're wearing a certain jersey, we forget. We love Concepcion, right? We love Boston, right? All of a sudden, we're going to stop loving them on top of what they already have out there with a top 5. How many teams can say we have a top 5 tight end? 5. And as ugly as it sounds, Browns are one of them. Look at the numbers. I'm not overhyping Harold Fannin.
If the Steelers could get the ball to Pat Freiermuth more, he would be up there too. Top 10.
Your quarterback is old, so I don't know who he's going to be able to get the ball to.
I don't know.
But
we'll see. See what Big Mike does.
I'm more excited about the Browns offense.
I am too. I'm excited about the Steelers defense.
And it's the fantasy perspective. You're looking like the fandom, you know what I mean? It's different, but from a fantasy perspective, who am I drafting? Browns players. Even if I don't even know who their quarterback is.
Me personally, I think the offense of the Steelers is going to be better this year. And they were trash last year. Regardless, the Rams should be the Super Bowl contender. They should be the team we think they are. They stay healthy. They should be at the end.
They're going to beat teams in the playoffs.
They were the only team that went to the wire with the Seahawks in the playoffs.
They're the only team that
has the Seahawks blew out everybody.
Yeah.
The Seahawks blew out everybody. But the only team they couldn't blow out was the Rams.
It's your division opponent. It's not the same.
Matter of fact, the Rams were up on them.
Especially a playoff division game, it gets dicey, bro. It gets dicey. They know what you're gonna do.
RJ, tanking only works when your front office is competent and they are the layout of the league. They see the layout of the league and know the moves to make to secure the future. And Howie we trust. Listen,
you have to know how to draft.
I'll give credit where credit's due. Howie has done a good job of drafting. But
gotta know how to draft.
They need a number 1 wide receiver.
Right now it's Devontae Smith.
And
he can show. I'm not ruling out that he doesn't potentially become the number 1. I just wouldn't be shocked if it's just.
Remember, this guy wants a contract extension, Jalen Hurts, because essentially he has no more guaranteed money coming his way.
How do you think that's going to work out? Is that where they turn on him?
Maybe.
I want to know where they turn.
Maybe this is the Eagles saying, "Okay, let's see what you got." If you put up those numbers,
not to his face though, quietly, not to his face.
They're looking at each other in the front office.
When he leaves the room,
the lights off.
Yeah.
It's the Marvel Illuminati.
Let's see what you got. But he's not in the room to hear that shit.
It's Xavier Strange, Reed Richards looking at each other like this.
They don't want any more bad press.
They're like, all right, let's see what he got. If he can ball out, we'll give him the contract.
Or is it Jalen Hurts, Howie, and Lori together in a secret room without Sirianni? I think Sirianni would be the next sacrifice. He would be the next piece to go down to save Jalen Hurts.
However, if Jalen Hurts struggles again, like if he puts up another year, 3,500, an anemic offense like this.
So we blame the new OC that everybody was happy about, that everybody loves the offense that he's running so
There's going to be growing pains, bro, in a new offense.
How do we handle Saquon Barkley? Do we see more of Tank Bigsby?
Especially from a quarterback standpoint?
Spurs up 10, 27-17.
Oh.
Minute left in the first quarter.
Well, we spoke. Listen, I already told Mike at work, the Knicks have to win one of these 2 games in San Antonio. If they don't, the series is over. Aiden looked at her and said, Spurs in 5.
I bet he was like that.
He was
I
like,
bet
knock
he
it off.
hated that.
And then I said Spurs. I said Spurs before. He goes, "Oh, money, I love you like a brother. You can't be saying things like that."
It's still early. It's still early, but I'm just saying. I'm just reporting because it's my job. There's a game going on, an NBA Finals, and I'm doing my due diligence.
You have to.
And updating the people
We're
on what the
respected
current
journalists
score
here.
is. Because let's face it, last week I'm pretty sure we left this podcast thinking to ourselves, it's going to be the Knicks and OKC, and I do not like the Knicks' chances against OKC
right
in
about
the finals. However, when you throw the Spurs variable into it, it's up. Like the championship is literally up for grabs. Oh no, Jalen Brunson is holding his right knee and has subbed himself out. This is according to a sleeper report that just came on my phone right now, live on the podcast. Oh, this is something that could potentially be absolutely detrimental to the remainder of this series, depending on what's going on with Jalen Brunson's knee. But he has apparently subbed himself out of the game, NBA Finals, Game 1 in San Antonio, and Brunson is not on the floor, which could explain maybe a little bit of that run that San Antonio has gone on. Because one thing I know about Wemby, that boy is a dog. And he is a shark that can smell the blood in the water. And at this moment, why wouldn't you go on attack mode? That whole offense, bro, those boys. What was that kid? Champagne was 6 threes that he hit in the Game 7.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like these kids are there.
He came right back in, settled down.
Okay,
Chris hasn't spoken no more than 3 words.
All right, I'm glad he's good. See, I'm watching. I got baseball pulled up, and I got the baseball scores right now.
Phillies win again, guys.
Sleeper just dropped the notification.
Over 3 games, 500. Over 3 games, over 500, guys.
Chris, did they give like an update? Because we don't actually have the game on right now.
We don't have the game because the last time we put a finals game on,
they tried to copyright us.
We had 1,500 people watching us, and they booted us out. And we lost our episode.
Yeah, it went viral, and they kicked us.
They
booted us out of the algorithm. That was the first. We got spotted, and they were just like, "You got to remove this."
Yep.
That's how we get like the random viewership in Bangladesh. And
yeah.
Shout out to everybody overseas that watches On the Money podcast. Chris coming through. Our own in-house Knicks fan letting us know that it ain't that serious, and Brunson is back in there and he's okay. So
settle down.
At least he's all right.
Chris
Sanchez inning record. What was it that he gave up the run in the 4th or the 5th? Either way, he went like 47 innings.
I wonder what his odds are to winning the Cy Young are.
I wonder what they were at the start of the season when none of this was happening.
Now it's probably like in minus.
Oh my God, that number you'll be just throw a little $5 on that. You're talking about
he came back in after the play, and now he's currently.
Oh, I think we got
currently sitting.
3-run moonshot by the Braves. I'm curious to see who it was. Ozzie Albies. My play hit.
Did it?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Albies home run. I know sports.
Sports acumen.
Sports baseball acumen. 27-19 now. Yeah, he went yard.
I know we're talking. So we're going crisscrossing back and forth. If you
crisscross applesauce, baby.
If you're following us right,
yeah. ERA 1.87.
But so's freaking Ohtani's 0.78 bullshit. That's crazy.
He's dealing tonight. He will be pitching tonight for the Dodgers.
Speaking of which,
he will be pitching tonight for the Dodgers. Sandlot Baseball Association, set your lineups. We're going to have 9 games tomorrow, which is usually not a thing on a Thursday. I mean, a nice little Slater Rooney to work from tomorrow.
Skeens is getting killed right now. Again.
Oh, really?
2-0 he's losing.
I mean, he's not getting killed, Oscar. That's a little – you're a little being dramatic, bro. I thought it was something serious going on.
Now the Red Sox are dog walking the Orioles 8-1. The Guardians are beating the Indians. The Indians are beating the Yankees 4-3.
Yeah, tight one.
Got a 2-2 game between the Reds and the Royals. Braves are dog walking the Blue Jays 7-2. We got a 1-0 game in San Francisco over Milwaukee. 3-1 Cardinals over Texas. Cubs 3-2 over the Athletics as of right now. And in the early stages, Astros 2, Pirates none. Earlier action today, the Marlins won 4-1. Tigers won 7-2. The White Sox zipped the Twins 8-0. The Mets beat the Mariners 7-1. And the Phillies won 3-2, continuing their dominance in the series so far against the Padres. They swept them last week, and now 2 games up on them in this series.
Padres, DFA, Nick Castellanos.
Yep, go eat that fried chicken and drink that beer now, buddy.
During the Phillies series, you want to talk about, like, symbolic
and embarrassing.
Yeah, like, y'all did them like that, bro? Ouch. Who do you think you are? Like, the Padres, like, they're going, I mean, where are they?
Walked right up to him and said, you suck. I see why the Phillies didn't want you anymore.
DFA'd that man after he was making how much did you guys pay that man?
He got like $14 million from us this year to sit.
That's like going from wrestling in Madison Square Garden to coming out to Rossi School.
Oh, damn. I said Violent High, you said Rossi School.
Like, bro, there's a drastic drop off, bro. Like, very, very fast. Like, we want you to do the job
I got
tonight.
It saved somewhere. Somebody has an image of the WWF show from 1987 or 88, a picture of Violent High with them there. That was the one.
87, 88?
It was one of those years. That was the one.
That was like
that Iron Sheik and Hacksaw Jim Duggan got stopped by the cops.
Oh, they broke
they found weed and coke, and they got in trouble by Vince. Iron Sheik got fired by Vince.
You're a good guy. You're a bad guy.
Yep, for breaking kayfabe, for getting caught and not protecting the business.
Folks, this is prior to the internet. It was a different world, bro. You got to understand, in 83.
But somebody has a picture. I got to look for it.
The dirt
I think I don't have my phone on. I think they tweeted it, and I reposted the tweet. So I just got to go through my stuff, and I'll send it to you.
Can you imagine the value of a dirt sheet in an era with no internet? The sheets.
I remember my uncle telling me about it. When I was like 6 or 7, it was like 90, 91, and my uncle was like, yeah, you know, they got arrested. Like, I was like, for real? And as a little kid, I'm like, but they're good guys and bad guys. Why are they riding together?
Hearing that story plenty of times, because at the time it was a scandal because people believed.
I think the main event was a battle royal.
Bad guy. Like, people were shocked, bro. Like, what are these two riding together? We just saw them in Los Angeles, you know, on like trying to kill each other.
They were the C show. Remember, they used to run 3 shows: the A show, the B show, the C show.
Yeah.
The A show was in Philly. The B show, I believe, was in Atlantic City, and then the C show was here in Vineland.
It makes sense. Yeah, because I'm about to say, like, the height of the 80s, they came out here. I mean, I know Macho Man and Hulk Hogan ain't coming out here.
Like, during the 90s, they were at Cumberland Regional.
That's a different era, though. There was, you know, they were eating canned ravioli cold at that point in time. Like, the
Cumberland Regional, January of 1994. It was a Saturday. It was the Saturday before. It was 2 Saturdays before. It was either the Saturday before or 2 Saturdays before the Royal Rumble that year. The main event was Undertaker versus Adam Bomb in a casket match. Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon. The Quebecers versus Men on a Mission.
See what's up.
It was 1, 2, 3 Kid versus somebody else. It was like a 5-match card. Bob Holly was there, like a bunch, like, yeah. I remember.
NASCAR Bob? What was his name?
I remember Shawn Michaels, bro, got in the ring and was like, they're like going around, tussling around, and he's just like, you know what? They kept booing. He goes, I'm not going to wrestle until that fat guy sits both of his asses down on those 2 chairs. If not, I'm not doing this.
Prime Shawn Michaels.
And so then he walks out the ring. Razor runs outside, grabs him, throws him in the ring. Razor won by a roll-up.
Prime Shawn Michaels. What a great time to be alive.
Oh, it was Bam Bam Bigelow versus Doink. Bam Bam whooped Doink's ass.
Good. As he should. Never
Bam Bam got popped that night, though.
They ruined Doink. Bam
Bam was a heel. Remember this, guys. He was a heel, but he was getting a pop that night. Because he's from
coming
out here.
It's different, bro. And it's a smart crowd. You're not
Yup.
going, you know what I mean? It's like coming to Philly and like you're going to the heart of New York. Like we're gonna cheer and boo who we want to cheer and boo. Like how it went for Shawn Michaels' '96 Survivor Series, bro. Sid hits Lothario with the camera, and everybody's like, "Ah!"
I remember my dad comes back.
Hit him
My
again.
dad. It was me, my dad, my Uncle Danny, and my cousin Eddie. We're sitting there. My dad goes, I gotta take a piss. I'll be back. I'm like, go ahead. Like, I'm enthralled. He just bought me my first ever wrestling. I had wrestling shirts, but official WWF, like from the world, like the stand. It was the Oozing Machismo shirt with Razor Ramon's face on it.
Yeah.
And I'm just holding it like this, staring at it. He's like, I'll be right back. I'm using the bathroom. He comes back with 2 hot dog sodas. He looks at me, goes, I just shared a bathroom with Shawn Michaels.
That's crazy.
He was like, I'm taking a piss. He's leaving. He goes, Pop. I go, yeah, Dad. I was like, really? He's like, and Diesel? That's a tall motherfucker.
He saw the big man.
I was like, were there bodyguards there? He's like, no, they just walked right past us. It was a different time period, bro. Nobody was maniacs like that back then.
Well, that's why Shawn had Kev with him, because it was the bodyguard thing was real.
So I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, bro. So I got up. I said, Dad, can I use the bathroom? He goes, yeah, it's right around. Be right back. I will. I stood around like waiting to see if a wrestler was gonna walk by. I was waiting for Razor Ramon. He comes out, goes, dude, what's wrong? I was like, no, I was just waiting for a wrestler.
You missed your spot, bro.
Yep. I should have went when he went.
Yep.
I'd have been like this.
It's like Michael Scott.
10-year-old me would have been like this.
Yeah, that would have been crazy. I'm a new generation kid, so it would have hit me a little bit harder because like I'm tuning into this crap.
But
I'm tuning in to watch Jeff Jarrett sing. I'm tuning in for the first In Your House. I was there for the lumberjack match. I was there for Sid and Diesel main eventing back-to-back In Your Houses. Diesel jumping over the top rope.
Yep. Bam Bam Bigelow's a cool dude. God rest his soul.
I like this shoot.
I'll never forget when at the second time around, they went a year later. There was nobody big on the show. Scott Hall had to sit out because he broke his ribs in that match against Mabel.
That's when Mabel was hurting everybody.
Yeah, and Bam Bam was in the backstage. I see a crowd going around. I'm like, what the hell? And me and Edgar are looking at each other and like, yo, let's go see. And it's Bam Bam Bigelow. So we're young, and there's all these adult heads. And Bam Bam was like, yo, everybody stop. I'm going to sign as many as I can. But y'all know my rule. Kids first. He looked right. He points at me. He points at Edgar. He goes, y'all two, come up here.
That's crazy.
And we went through. It was me, Edgar, and
were you like the kid in the Christmas story?
Opened up my book. And he was like, I was like, thank you. It's no problem, kid. That, come on, you too, buddy. Like, we were like, what?
He
Adam Bomb was a cool dude too. That's when he was a face at that point.
He seems cool.
Savio Vega was acting like he didn't have time for us, so F him. I've never forgotten that.
Well, maybe he didn't. Maybe he was having a bad day. You know?
Never forgot that one. That one, I'm 43 years old. That still stuck with me.
Maybe he was having a bad day.
It was like this month. This month
he
we went out
rolled
there.
with a tough crew, you know?
It was June of '95. Yeah,
he was part of the behind the scenes ministry of darkness because he was rolling with the BSK crew. So
that's when Edgar's dad had that 2-door Honda Coupe, and it's me, Freddie, and Edgar in the back seat. My dad and his dad up front. They got their soda cans, but there's no soda in those cans.
You already know.
It was a great time, man. That was a great day. I had a lot of fun that day.
Yeah. Last live event I went to was years and years ago. It was ECW Heatwave, and it was crazy.
That's the '90s.
Yep, it was freaking crazy.
I
saw and felt that whole energy and was around it and felt it, and the us against the world and Paul Heyman coming out before the shit starts and just cutting a promo, and by the time he's done talking, everybody in that arena,
It's
we're
just going
just like
crazy.
a pack of wild animals for everything that they're throwing at us, bro. I saw New Jack, Taz, Tajiri, Spike, Balls Mahoney, Dudley Boy, Sabu, RVD, Jerry Lynn, Lance Storm, Just Incredible. Like the height of ECW was the card they had, and like they're really out there putting on bangers, bro.
Last show I went to was a couple years ago. Was that indie show? Before that was an AEW Wednesday Dynamite. Before that was the Royal Rumble that Roman Reigns won, that The Rock came out and helped him beat up the Big Show, and the crowd's booing, and The Rock's like this, like he's right, and he's just looking at the crowd like weird. It was the Rumble in Philly, matter of fact. I think it was 2014. 2014 or 2015?
Why is it showing me? I'm trying to pull up the game.
It's probably not letting you.
Let me see.
But
right here.
overall, those are good days.
We're in
I
the
don't even know what led
second
me to
quarter
that
now.
talk right now.
We're in the second quarter on a commercial in the NBA Finals Game 1. Chris, is there any update on what's going on with Brunson? I'm just catching up right now. I'm probably on a little bit of a delay here.
I'll go to ESPN's main page and see what's going on.
Oh, we didn't talk about the Drake London deal. What do you think about that?
Oh, yes. So we got two deals that came out.
Wide receivers getting paid, man.
We had the Drake London deal. We had the Nick Herbig deal. Nick Herbig's deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers, he's the first non-quarterback in NFL history to receive a $100 million contract extension without being a starter. So that shows the potential that they see in him. So my guess, second day in a row, mandatory minicamp, Alex Highsmith has not been a participant, nor is his stuff in his locker. So my wild guess is that he's on the way out, which I would hate to see because I would like to run it with the three of them.
Steelers and tight end Darnell Washington have agreed on a 4-year deal.
Really?
Breaking now. Randomly, just right now on Sleeper app. Might want to log into
Joey Porter getting his deal?
Might want to log into Steeler Depot and see how the fan base is reacting to that bombshell.
When's Joey Porter getting his deal?
Well, maybe
that's the deal that needs to get done.
We've already had a couple.
That's the deal that needs to get done.
Sleeper's helping us out, throwing some gems out there for us.
Steelers are opening up the pocketbook right now, I see.
Look at you.
A little
excited.
It's a little different, don't you think?
You get excited now? They're going to add a 6th stall to the locker room?
They're from what I was reading, they know that they've outgrown the training facility. They're trying to find a new area, but close enough so that they can do the training facility, because they know they can't share the facility no more with the Panthers. They know that it's just too much. So they are in the process of finding a new building. But in the meantime, they're trying to get as much high-tech stuff in there as possible to help alleviate a lot of the stress that the players are asking for.
Spend some money. Stop being cheap.
They're doing it right now with players, which I'm surprised.
Yeah, they are.
Regardless, Herbig
right?
got it. I think Herbig he has shown in the time that he's come in. When he was starting those couple weeks in a row for Watt, when Watt missed some time, and when Highsmith missed time, he was getting his sacks. As a part-time player, he had 8 sacks. Full-time player, he could have 16, 17 sacks. He reminds me of James Harrison. He's short in that stature. He's not as built, but he's short. He's got quick, he can get around you quick.
Juking and jiving.
And he can tackle. When he gets his hands around you, you're going down. But to flip over to the offensive side of things, you got Drake London now, 4-year contract, $141 million, $100 is guaranteed. Long and behold, next up is going to be Bijan. They gave the contract extension to Pitts. They gave the extension to London.
Right. They really did.
Bijan's got to be next. So they're locking up their trio.
For the Trinity. To complete the set. That's all that's missing.
You figure the salary cap's going to go higher. You're going to be able to fit more salaries. Even if Tua has a really good year this year and you run it back with Tua, he's not going to cost much because they're not going to be stupid like the Colts were and be like, okay, we'll give you $100 million.
You sure?
I could see them tagging him.
You sure they're not stupid and give him $100 million?
Nah, I could see them tagging him. And
on
Tua's
the
going to
tag
want
for
to
a
play
year.
good. It's Georgia. Like,
Are we writing off?
I've been wrong off
Penix?
Penix, dude.
Is Penix not going to – you don't think he wins his job back?
No,
No?
I don't think so.
So we're out on Penix.
I would not be surprised Tua has a good year. Like me and Mikey discussed, like, more than half his games are going to be in a temperature-controlled environment.
I mean, a Tua is, with all his deficiencies, is still capable of beating out a Penix for the job.
Yep.
So, I mean,
And he's going to be playing in a temperature-controlled facility.
Yeah.
8 games
for the most
year,
part,
think about it.
in Miami, he was only dealing with the cold when he had to come out here, and we saw how he fared in those
But
instances.
they had rain. Here, you're not going to have rain 8 games a year. You're not going to have snow. You're not going to have ice.
It's like if he went to Minnesota, you're going to be able to just slinging it.
So, and then you figure Tampa is warm. New Orleans, you're going to play twice there. So that's 10. That's 10 games right there alone. And your 17 games that's going to be in a dome. Not compare like if they're playing other teams.
Favorable conditions for a Tua tags.
That means that deep ball is actually going to travel farther than what it would outside.
Favorable conditions based on the skill set. Because we don't really know what Michael Penix's skill set is. We do know that Michael Penix used Drake London, though. That was the positive about Michael Penix.
Kyle Pitts is going to get used by Tua because look what Tua did when he had Jonnu Smith.
Yeah. Kyle Pitts.
And look what he did with Darren Waller last year.
Still writing off Kyle Pitts.
Waller was gone for, 2 years?
My sweet prince, Kyle Pitts.
He's back, bro. The 1 year you don't get him in any league.
When I write him off, he goes out there.
That's crazy. You were stubborn for years.
Bro, Kyle Pitts was winning a lot of people.
4 years you were stubborn.
Yeah,
the 5th year you said
it's like chasing a player for a home run. I got to do it again.
You faded him, and then he went off.
This is the year, and you fade him, and he goes out there, and maybe that's what he needed. He needed me to lose hope for him to be like,
but guess
this
what?
Is going to be my year.
Now we know you're going after him again.
Of course.
It's 34-32, Spurs over the Knicks.
Because
6 minutes left in the second quarter.
Again, not to get too ahead, but when you look at it from a redraft perspective, you see a Kyle Pitts sitting there in that 4th or 5th round, and you're on the back end, and McBride's
Russell
off the
Wilson
table.
has confirmed.
Loveland's off the table. Bowers is off the table.
You're
Pitts
right.
Pitts is that next option.
He's
already played himself into that.
Russell Wilson's just confirmed he's retiring.
Russell Wilson retiring from the league. Is he taking the CBS job?
Yeah.
What's that going to be like?
That's crazy how he fell off.
Is he?
Yo,
he's not the lead. He's going to need
he had a lot of us believing when he had the Steelers at 10-3.
Yeah, you believe, not me.
You didn't think he was like you thought it was all fool's gold?
Yes. You didn't want to hear it. That's when you were doing the middle finger emoji to all of our teams because we were telling you that eventually the other shoe is going to fall, and you were telling us that in the grand scheme of things, that's where that phrase was coined. The grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter.
I thought he was playing well.
Everything's fine.
I was like, okay. We're going to end up signing this guy to $100 million some dollar contract, and it backfired.
I would say he's got a little bit of a limp going. He's trying to play through it. Oh, he's a little fired up too. He's going. He's pissed off. He's hurt. Yeah, he's got a little limp going, man. He's trying to play through it, and it's like, okay, you can finish out this game, but like, what's it going to be like for game 2? Or like, what's the analysis going to be?
Because swelling happens.
Yeah, like what is this?
But this is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. So this could go down as like one of the gutsiest performances all time. But he is like going down and screaming in pain, like, and he's trying to fight through this shit, bro. So again, it's something to monitor moving forward. I know a lot of Knicks fans are watching this right now and thinking to themselves, "Oh shit."
Okay, so Andrew's giving us commentary. First, he put, "Damn, Brunson knee. That's not good. Damn, now his ankle. That's not good."
Yeah, it's just
so it's multiple injuries we're dealing with right now.
And if it's on the same side, it's even worse, right? Either way, it's not a good look. But we'll see what happens. He's sticking through it as they just showed me a Toy Story 5 preview, which now I'm gonna have to watch the other 4 to get ready for that.
Ooh, I can't wait till this Saturday.
He-Man?
Oh, I'm stoked for that.
He-Man. I'm stoked for July 1st, X-Men 97.
I still haven't watched Punisher, The Last Kill yet. I think I'm going to watch that tomorrow when I come home from work. It's been on Disney Plus for the last month, and I keep forgetting to watch it.
I'll be logging in there for the first time in forever once the X-Men shit comes up because I am ready to finish the story, bro. I am so ready. Yeah, man.
But yeah, Drake London, that's a big contract that sets the market even higher.
For wide receivers.
George
Absolutely.
Pickens is looking at that like, I need to exceed that.
Yeah. But we believe he's going to play on the tag, right?
Yeah, he's already signed it. He has no choice but to.
And you got to honor that. And then he could be anybody, any team.
They could tag him a second time if they want, which would
they do have
increase
that
it.
in their back pocket.
Let's see something.
They do have that in their back pocket.
If the Cowboys
They just want to kick a
Tag.
can.
Pickens a second time,
Do you think that
what would it cost?
Do you think that after that they sign him long term, or then by then, who knows if Dak Prescott is still there? You threw that scenario out there earlier with him and his situation.
So what's he getting this year? Like 20, 26 million, 25 million?
Not enough. I know he's probably looking at that and saying, damn it. This guy just got paid.
28 million, right?
Yep.
What the hell? Yeah, 28 million. What would it look like?
Yeah, man. I know Mike is probably nonverbal right now.
Oh. If they tag him a second time, that goes up to 47 million for 1 year.
The market is the market.
So the first tag.
That's a crazy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Timeout. I'm wrong. So the first tag is 27.3, which is about 28 million. Next year, if they tag them, it will be 32.8, which they could probably do. And then the following year will be 47.2, which they would not do. They would not tag them 3 years. I could see them.
Okay. So that would be the third
I
year,
could
but
see
they-
them tagging him again next year.
Yeah,
So
third
in
one.
2 years, he would have made $59 million. So that's a pretty good chunk, and it's guaranteed.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great money. That third
But
year
he
is
might
crazy.
not look at it like that. But the Cowboys, that's like a good deal for the Cowboys
It's a
because it
good
stops
deal.
craziness.
It's a good deal for Dallas.
Because you don't know when the other shoe is going to drop.
It's a good deal for
Right?
Dallas. I mean, like we saw with Philly, winning cures a lot of that stuff.
What else? What other wide receiver will be ready for another one? Yeah, Pickens, Garrett Wilson. They already the Jets already locked up.
I don't think Rashee Rice is getting a deal.
Nah,
Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers is ready for an extension because he's on the 5th-year option, ain't he?
Roman Dunze's.
Dunze would be coming up soon.
So this year is big for him. If he can stay healthy this year,
That's why he should have talked to Caleb, like, dude, what are you doing?
because
Why are you on
now-
that cover? Why are you on that cover?
Roman Dunze qualifies to the Drake London bump that they got as far as a
If he
payday
goes off for like
Dunze
12, 13, yeah.
qualifies, whether you like him or not, bro. We saw it. Christian
Puka Nacua.
Christian
There
Kirk,
you go.
Puka Nacua. Oh boy.
That's
It's a
the big.
volatile, it's a very volatile couple of characters that are
JSN already
you know,
got paid.
You got a couple head cases and a couple injury prone guys. So it's going to be very interesting to see how these teams handle. Like, think of the 3 names that we got: Pickens, Puka, Dunze.
I'm trying to go through every team through my head real quick.
Jefferson's locked up. You
Yeah.
know? Chase locked
Zay
up.
Flowers, 5th-year option, probably.
Zay Flowers, but Baltimore's funny. Or do they do it?
Do they let him walk?
I think they believe they can probably run that offense without him.
I believe so too.
Look at how they use those wide receivers over the years.
They don't really use them.
He has his moments, but again, they have other ways to win games.
Lad McConkey, if he comes as about
Lad McConkey. Lad McConkey is a big one. Because let's face it, the Greg Roman offense did not work for him. A lot of people probably wrote Lad McConkey off, but I think that this year we see a little bit more of what he did 2 years ago happen this year. That's just not because I have them. I really think that if you look at the body of work as far as I think Greg Roman didn't know how to actually use Ladd McConkey.
Did Nico already get paid?
I think he did. Did that happen? I don't know. That's what I don't know about. But he would be another name potentially.
Because this Drake London deal opens up a lot of can of worms, bro.
3 minutes left in the ball game right now, and as far as halftime, Knicks up 40-39. It's a competitive ball game right now.
This went under the radar, bro. This was last week. He went under agreed to a revised contract on May 26th. He's now set to earn $29.87 million in cash this season.
Yeah, we just
and holds fully guaranteed contract salaries for 26 and 27. It's a 2-year deal, $60 million total that keeps him signed through 2027. 57 of it was fully guaranteed. Bro, how did this go under the radar?
We didn't talk about it?
No, but it happened last week.
Mikey didn't bring it up?
It didn't get
boy. That's his prince.
It didn't get reported at all.
Or maybe it was a sleeper thing that we kind of ignored. Maybe there was just other stuff that was going on with everything that we were talking about as far as like AJ Brown and like the NBA, and it kind of took a backseat.
Chris Olave.
Chris Olave. Okay, yeah. Injury again. Like what's it gonna, And we love Tyler Shuck, but like that don't mean that they believe he's the franchise quarterback. He could be a bridge.
He got
something else.
They gave him another weapon, but if the guy plays like he did last year, if he throws 30 touchdowns,
that's asking him to be consistent.
If he combines for 30 touchdowns, like 25 passing and like 5 running,
if you're consistent in this league, you get paid.
And he throws for almost 4,000. How do you not?
Or does he come out and play like Rattler did, and then they go, we're going to go here now. Snip, snap, snip, snap. Like.
But if he continues to progress and he plays,
I hope he does. I need him to.
You went all in.
I have a vested interest. He's my QB2 alongside Drake May right now, with Willis sitting on the bench. So I am hoping that he retains his job as long as possible.
So Olave needs him too to come through, just like Odunze needs Caleb.
Well, he did a good job.
You know who could have also been after this season? Jordan
Tyson stock.
After the 2026 season, the person who could have been asking for a new contract with Malik Neighbors, but we don't even know if he's going to play this
year. When is
year.
Malik Neighbors coming back? When is Malik Neighbors going to be able to play football?
I don't even think the New York Giants know.
Why are we talking about signings of Juju Smith-Schuster and Odell Beckham Jr. as if there's something to be excited about? Showing them at practice running drills.
6-7 years ago it might have been exciting.
Why am I watching drills of OBJ and Juju Smith-Schuster at Giants practice?
I don't even think they're going to make the team.
Malik Neighbors could potentially wind up on the pup.
I think,
which means that's
one of them is going to make the team. So I think OBJ is going to make the team because of the whole "I'm coming home, tell the world."
Let's paint a picture of a world without Malik Neighbors, because it's happening sooner than later. If he's out for 6 weeks, what's this Giants team going to look like for the first 6 weeks of the season with no Malik Neighbors? They have a bye. It's either week 7, week 8, around there.
And are
you going to bring him back right before the bye? No, you're going to give him 8 weeks. So now, when's he coming back? Week 9?
What if they're in a contention for, like, if they're a game or 2 out of the 7th seed, then they'll probably bring him back. But dude, if they're like a 2 or 3 win team at that point, you might as well just tell them to take the year off. And I'm never like that.
And it's a lost year.
I always say play. But in that instance, take the rest of the year off.
And it's a lost year for them.
Which would suck because it's the development of Jackson Dart you're looking for. And the problem is, without Malik Neighbors on that field, I feel for Jackson Dart because Charles Nagy's going to be calling his plays.
You excited for that off? Matt Nagy. You excited? I forgot Matt Nagy's the OC. So you gave Matt Nagy, OBJ, and Juju Smith-Schuster.
I'm over here naming the old Cleveland Indians pitcher, Charles Nagy.
So you're going to need to run the ball.
At least maybe Juju has the inside on the job then. Being with the Chiefs for the last couple years.
The only piece of that offense I'm excited about right now is Isaiah Likely because he is by default wide receiver 1 on this
I
football
think
team.
Scatter was going to have a good year. I think he's already walking around running and all that other shit, so I think he's fully healed. Tyrone Tracy's an underachiever that nobody really pays attention to, but he's solid.
Well, you guys can have fun drafting those players. I'll be able to find them on the waivers.
I have Cam Scatterbo on my team for the Lizards.
He's going to be an
He's
essential
RB4.
part of the first 6 to 7 weeks of this offense should he stay healthy, as well as Tyrone Tracy, because you're going to have to be able to move the ball on the ground because we don't know what your options are at wide receiver right now. I like the Kansas City wide receiver room more than I like the Giants wide receiver room right now.
The Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver room.
Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver room. Who else? Who else?
You like the Cleveland Brown receiver room?
Love them. Love them 10 times more than I do the Giants
Baltimore?
right now. Yeah. Who's better than Zay Flowers, not named Malik Neighbors on that wide receiver core? They got that Malachi Fields kid. And all of a sudden, for everybody who hated Darius Slayton, by default, he's getting routes. He's getting targets.
49ers?
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Ricky Purcell? Who can't stay on the field?
Bro, Jawan Jennings is better than any of
No,
those
he's
guys.
on the Vikings.
Jawan Jennings on the Vikings?
Yeah.
Stribling.
Don Morocco's nephew?
Give me Stribling. Like, what are we doing here? What are they doing? What was this offseason for this team? Is the highlight of this team so far John Harbaugh's press conference? Because after that, I'm sorry, it's been kind of a circus.
It's been weird.
Weird, bro.
I didn't like any of their wide receiver moves.
Weird.
I don't understand why you're going to the OBJ. Well, I don't understand the Juju. Like, are they camp bodies? Is that what we're doing? Just getting camp bodies?
I ask again.
Or do these guys legitimately have a shot to make the team?
Does Harbaugh know what he's doing? Does Harbaugh know what he's doing, or does Baltimore know something that we don't know? Maybe you and Sosa know something that I don't. Because you can sit there and give it a fresh coat of blue paint, but if some of those same things keep rearing their ugly head, then you just got to call a spade a spade.
Man,
What are you going to do?
he
What are you
lost a
gonna
lot of games these last couple of years having double-digit leads. And what did the Giants lose a lot this year?
Double-digit leads in the fourth quarter. You brought in a coach who was blowing a lot of the same games on the same weeks that you were.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to talk about the progression of Jackson Dart? Juju Smith-Schuster ain't going to help that.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I'm nervous. I have a lot of stock invested in Jackson Dart.
They need to get opposing defenses to invest in the play action.
I really
They need to get, because they need to establish the run, first of all, old school, establish the run and open up the field with play action and
or do you
hope
think
that
the
somebody down the
BTJ
field is
trade
going to
actually
be
happens?
I
Do you
don't
think
know.
the Giants are still trying to work that? I think it would
I don't
behoove them to still work that.
I think maybe the fact that they haven't worked that is why we're seeing what we're seeing right now, because they're scrambling to find other options out there, and there ain't many.
Maybe because that's what they probably had all their eggs in a basket on. And if that is, then that's just silly.
Would they have drafted Tate?
They should have.
But we did, though.
I think they would have.
If we didn't, it makes you wonder. What
Dude.
do they do? Because they have 2 top picks.
They take Tate.
If we pass
They
up
take
Tate and he's sitting right there,
They take Tate.
this is a whole different.
I don't care what anyone says. They take Tate.
Because looking at them right now, something's missing.
I wanted them to take Tate for my own personal reasons.
The stack. Yeah, get your little stack on.
I wonder what Terrell would want for AJ Brown.
It's bad when Neighbors is sitting in a lot of people's rosters right now, and they're not even sure what to do with him because at one point they thought he was going to be good to go, and now all of a sudden he's not. But now you're not sure what you could sell him for because now everybody knows he's not good to go.
He's going to hurt my wide receiver room.
So no matter what, you're selling him. You're lowballing yourself on any Neighbors
Luckily
deal right
for
now.
me, I made that trade with you with RJ Harvey for Ted McMillan in DOA, so my loss for him doesn't kill me that much.
Good trade.
Because my starting wide receivers are Tet and JSN while Malik Neighbors goes hills up. Meanwhile, and I also got Waddle in the flex, and Waddle's got a nice.
Well, you'll be able to deal with a Malik Neighbors injury better than the actual New York Giants can deal with it.
Absolutely.
You already said some of these guys aren't even going to be able to make the roster. So now we're talking about Darius Slayton and Jalen Hyatt as your 1 and 2. Like, who's there?
All right, so maybe one of them is going to make the roster.
Malachi Fields?
Unless they're making a trade. Like, who are they going to trade for, bro?
Who's out there?
Is Calvin Austin really the answer?
Another special teams guy? They got Barrios out there. Braxton Barrios running.
I think Calvin Austin is going to be the role of Wandell.
Or try to
Same
be.
size, same stature.
He's going to try to be. We'll see how good he is.
Austin's fast. I would have liked
this will be the most usage that he'll get, period.
If I was Austin, I don't know why he went to New York. I'd have tried to go to Kansas City with Pat Mahomes. Go to one of those teams where he could just air the ball out.
Family, who knows? Who knows? Clearly,
because if you get the ball in open space, he takes off. Calvin Austin won you money last year a couple times.
He did. He came through for me in a big sweat. That was a big matchup there. The Steelers and Ravens game, I was cursing them out to the end, and they ended up cashing for me. Very much appreciated. In the grand scheme of things, I don't know how many September and October slips the Giants are going to be on. Let's say that. And I might go ahead and look at that 6.5 over under as far as the total wins that they have this year. And guess what? I might just take that 6 straight up or under 6. Because if you're saying if they're not winning football games by the time he's good to go, put him on ice still.
Alexi said the same thing
about a lost season.
Alexi said the same thing. Don't let him play. If we're out of playoff contention, why put him out there?
I wonder if Mikey
especially on the MetLife.
Especially since Alexi said it, I wonder what Mikey would say.
And that's the first time I agree with Alexi on an injury standpoint situation.
I wonder what Mike's stance on it is. We're gonna have to question him on it.
So we have all these wide receiver
55 to 48 at half. Spurs up 7.
We have all these wide receiver news, and the Giants,
we have news of wide receivers getting locked up in deals, and a team that needs a wide receiver 1. That's what we have.
He is like
but he's not there.
When he's on the field, he's a monster.
So what are you really afraid of on this offense with him not being there? What do you
You're
really
afraid
have
of the
to
running
game
game.
plan? Yeah, but once you stop,
but
that,
if you can stop that, it's
curtains.
those guys are going to have to win their. So teams are going to stack the box. They're going to get a lot of 8-man boxes. So that means their guys on the outside and their tight end is going to have one-on-one matchups. Who's going to take advantage of the one-on-one matchup?
The field gets smaller and smaller, bro. That's what
then that makes me scared as a Jackson Dart fantasy owner, and if I was a Giants fan, because then he's going to start thinking he has to do too much.
Is it time to sell?
And then that's what he gets hit, concussion. We don't want that.
Is it time to sell Dart to get ahead of this before it gets ugly?
I'm scared a little bit, but I still wanted to trade him for Jordan Love.
Nah,
that was silly.
Well, I don't know, because now, honestly, it's a more even play, not dynasty perspective, but look at it from just the fantasy production
dynasty wise. No,
dynasty is a different animal. You're playing the long game, but in a redraft setting,
I'm
Jordan Love with all his weapons or Jackson Dart without neighbors.
I'm more set up in kingpins with the quarterback situation because I got Drake May too, so I'm not too worried about that situation. It's the 2 QB DOA. Where it's Dak and Jackson are my starters. And my backups, are Deshaun and Daniel Jones. DJ's available. Somebody wants to give me a veteran. I wouldn't trade for Stafford though. Stafford scares me because I'm going to trade a guy that could probably play 3 more years and 2 years.
I mean, in Dynasty, you're trading for a Stafford so he can retire on your team.
I'm definitely taking a quarterback in next year's draft. I took Drew Aller in DOA.
There's going to be a couple.
Who knows? Drew Aller may be the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback in 2027.
I'm going to think about it. The fact that, Mendoza was sitting right there, and I went with the wide receivers.
I'm going to pick a quarterback. Next year, you have 5 quarterbacks coming out. I should be able to get one of them. And other people are going to be enamored.
Those picks.
And other people are going to be enamored with the skill players, but I'm not going to be enamored with skill players because if things play out the way I think, it's going to be a deep draft for every skill, for wide receiver, quarterback. So
the same way people need running backs and kingpins, people are going to need quarterbacks in Dynasty of Arms. So whoever doesn't get one of those quarterbacks is going to be looking to go buy.
That's why I drafted all the running backs I could in kingpins.
Yeah. Well, I think that's
pretty much it, guys.
That might be all she wrote for tonight's pod. There's still so much more going on. The NFL really sticking it to the NBA with
the NBA is starting the finals, and then the NFL drops two major trades.
Not have anything right now. Like
nothing for you.
Changed,
watch something happen on the All-Star break of baseball.
Because bro, when AJ, we've been talking about AJ for months. When he got traded, our group chats were going crazy. Still.
Oh, everybody all of a sudden flipped their wig. Ah, he was the problem. Blah, 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 blah.
Taking the shine off the Knicks moment. Just
poor New York.
Just, it was a bigger fish to fry. And then they drop a bomb on us with the mega trade between the Browns and the Rams. It's like, oh,
if the Knicks lose tonight, are we getting the Simpsons picture posted? Or is it too early?
I don't know. Depends. I gotta check the temperature. Conversations need to be had. I need to know what's, because right now it's a 7-point lead for the Spurs at half. They look very comfortable right now. And again, you have the situation where you could be able to play through this game, but what does this mean for game 2 with whatever is ailing him right now? He's clearly playing through a lot of pain right now. So this shit it's game 1. This shit's just getting started. This novella, it's chapter 1 here tonight. This roller coaster ride, I know there's a lot of New York fans are probably sick to their stomach right now, but you know what? You talked a big game, and now you're here, and nobody's going to feel bad for you, bro.
Yep.
So it's put up or shut up time, because
get over with it.
At the end of the day, if it was Wemby hurt, they wouldn't give a fuck.
No, they would not.
So
they would say, get his ass off the field.
It is what it is. We can only play who's in front of us, right? So at the end of the day, ain't nobody going to be pulling out no violins and playing a sad song for you, no matter how this plays out. You're here, you make the most of it. And that's all there is to it. Don't expect any sympathy from me.
Oh, damn, I had comments on my other page.
Yeah, we missed those. It's all good. It's all good. Shit, I might want to run.
I think I'm going to stop posting to my personal page.
I'm juiced up. I might want to go live tomorrow afternoon and talk a little bit more sports, because I'm feeling rambunctious. There's so much happening, and NFL might drop another bomb on us. Like, bro, you all just signed Darnell Washington. Like, Sleeper was buzzing the whole time we were live. So, like,
they're ready to sign Keanu Benton too to a contract extension.
There's going to be more to talk about.
Pittsburgh's opening the pocketbook, and I want to know why.
The podcast for tonight might be over.
What don't I know?
The sports news.
Because I'm so removed from Steelers media right now, because I'm just like, you know what? The first round of the draft left a very sour taste in my mouth.
I am the Simpsons.
That was 2.
When it comes to
number 1 was
Titans
that playoff
news.
game.
Like, any Titans news that's going on, I am in the corner in the shadows. Like, I may not be talking about them every day, but every single day I am locked in on the
that Texans playoff game ruined me. That's 1.
It ruined everything. It was one of the worst games I ever watched.
2, I was not pleased with how the first round went out. So that's 2 things right now going against them. So I've just been quietly I'm just trying to do my best not to get emotionally invested.
They're a hard sell. They're a hard sell. It's hard to get excited about any of that.
Only thing I'm excited about is I know the offense is going to be better. I do. I really think the offense is going to be consistently better. And I like the scheme that this new defensive guy is putting in.
We're talking about, Stafford and this being his last year. Like, I want to know what's
the
next step for Pittsburgh.
It sounded like TJ Watt in his interview, like a puppy that got his tail between his legs. Because they were like, are you going to move around in the defense? Because he's always been telling people, no, I'm good where I'm at. Well, with the way the system is, I'm going to have to be moving around. Like, oh, shit. Like, they told him your temper tantrum ain't going to work. You're going to do what I say. Mm-hmm. So, good. Mm. As much as Mike Tomlin's respected in this league, Mike Tomlin just allowed the players to dictate what they want to do. Mm-hmm. Simple as that. Maybe he was right to bring somebody new with a fresh perspective. None of these guys had prior ties to this team. So that maybe that's what this team freaking needed.
Product was stale.
So who knows what they can get out of him.
You guys want to be like 2016 SmackDown. Right now, you're just like Monday Night Raw.
Time to be the
3 hours.
Let's be a new team.
3 hours of Monday Night Raw.
And I truly believe with Aaron Rodgers' old ass, they're still going to be better offensively.
I don't really know what that means.
He ended today's practice with a 70-yard bomb to Roman Wilson. I was like, oh, shit, Roman Wilson's still on the team.
Yeah, he is.
A third-round pick who had high hopes for.
Just disappeared.
So if Roman Wilson has a bounce-back year and has like 800 yards receiving and like 6 touchdowns, who am I yelling at? Am I yelling at Arthur Smith or am I yelling at Mike Tomlin?
I have a feeling you're going to be doing a lot of yelling regardless. When it comes to this
Absolutely.
Team.
I don't expect them to be the Super Bowl champions, but I do expect them.
Good, because they won't be.
I expect them to be.
I'm not excited about this.
I think they're going to. I think it's going to be a 3-team race. I think it's going to be a very close race for the North again.
I think you guys can be division champions.
I think it's going to come down to the last game of the year for all 3 of those teams that are in contention.
Division champions.
But that's a topic for another day. That's a topic for 2 months.
It's
when
coming.
We start our predictions.
They're in draft season.
We're going to talk some NBA again next week, some baseball. We'll talk more about the salary cap situation.
And get ready
salary
for some,
cap proposals that are going on with baseball right now. The negotiating has begun.
Get ready for some more fantasy and dynasty perspective in the Sick Picks fan forum, because we're going to start setting the table for all the talk leading into draft season. Not just doing 1,000 mocks and thinking you got it all figured out. Breaking shit down. Who are your favorites? Who are you quitting on? And any crazy updates that we get from training camp will also be posted on there, because it's going to make you look at that, go look at your lineup and realize, oh, damn, I have a, dare I say, Marshawn Lloyd here who could have an opportunity. I have a
business as usual.
Name a Raiders wide receiver, because they can all shine. Josh Beck. I have a Josh Beck on my roster who got buried. And written off, similar to a Roman Wilson. With him, it was more of an injury, but this year could end up potentially being a waiver wire darling for me.
We'll see.
It's all coming.
And we got a lot more to discuss next week.
Yes,
we'll talk more NBA Finals. I'll get more into the baseball labor contract negotiations going on.
Scooble on the block.
Phillies are interested.
So are the Dodgers.
I say give up the farm.
Are the Yankees.
Give them whatever they want.
If the
Wheeler's retiring after this year?
If the Dodgers get him, we ain't getting no baseball next year.
I think Wheeler's retiring after this year or next year. So you know what? Get the guy ready. Until then, guys, we'll see you next week.